Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Teen Gohan Fighter back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my Dragon Ball Super Episode 2 review. Uh, Vegeta Field Trip. Is the episode. Um, this was a really interesting episode. Um, there were a couple things in this episode that were clearly plot holes from the Dragon Ball Z series that did not make sense. That I'm going to get into in this episode, but overall, I thought it was pretty cool episode. They do kind of the review rundown of the previous episode, basically, and basically Goku's going to King Kai's planet. Um, so there's that. So then what happens is we start this episode off with, you know, Goku at King Kai's planet. He's at King Kai's planet. He actually teleports like right in front of the road. On King Kai's planet. And I want to rephrase to that because if you guys have watched Dragon Ball Z, you obviously know that Goku sacrificed his life to try and kill Cell because Cell was going to self-destruct on planet Earth, and he teleported them both to King Kai's planet. So King Kai's planet blew up, and Goku died, King Kai died, the monkey, everyone pretty much just died. That was there. Goku, though, people that watch the Buu Saga, actually comes back to life in the Buu Saga because Elder Kai actually steps in place for Goku, basically. So Goku is now alive, and Elder Kai is dead. Basically. However, King Kai and his pets were not, brought back to life, and it was never stated that King Kai's planet was brought back to life. Now, there's an easy answer for this question as well. We'll use the Dragon Balls to bring back King Kai's planet, but why would they just bring back King Kai's planet and not King Kai? Like, why didn't they bring King Kai back to life? Why didn't they bring everyone back to life that died? That's another thing. Well, I mean, it's a plot hole in itself too, because shouldn't they have been brought back to life when Cell, like when they used the wish to bring all of Cell's victims back? Goku couldn't come back because he was already brought back to life. But King Kai and them, I don't think they died twice, did they? So they technically should be back to life. That was a plot hole in a plot hole. Yeah, you're right. They should have been brought back to life when that wish was granted. But they're dead, as you guys can see with the halos. So it's a plot hole in a plot hole. But like I said, my question would be: is why is King Kai's planet, back together? Like, did they wish? Did they use the Dragon Balls to wish for it back off screen? But that's the thing. Like, why didn't they mention it though? Like, they didn't mention it all in the episode. So to me, it just didn't. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. But getting back to the review, they did they basically did a thing where, he instant transmissions right in front of the planet's road, little mini road thing King Kai has, because, during his recreational time he just drives a car, which is kind of, it's a useless because you can't do anything, you just ride around the planet, that's all he's doing with the car. I wonder how he gets gas money for it. What happens if he runs out of gas to that car? Goku basically crashes in the car and it breaks. So now King Kai has to fix it up, and as well as other things that got destroyed. King Kai could easily do it with his powers, but he decides to not do that and do it manually because it gives him time to do stuff. And he basically asks us, why are you here, Goku? And it's basically because he wants to train, get stronger to protect the Earth in case something happens. So he changes into, like, training clothes, basically, then. And starts training. Well, actually, first he actually eats. He eats a bunch of bowl, of food, obviously, first. And then, he starts training. And so that's what kind of Goku is doing in this episode. There wasn't really that much of Goku after that. Because then the episode really focused on Vegeta, who was not in episode 1. It focused on Vegeta and Trunks and Bulma, who, they basically were hanging out pretty much most of the day. Vegeta made that bet back in Dragon Ball Z, if he punched him, he would take him out to the amusement park, so instead he, just takes him shopping, all day or whatever, different places. They eventually, Trunks dresses up, and Vegeta makes a little joke about it. Well, you're not going to look cool if, you have one less button or whatever. So there was that aspect of it as well. They eventually get to go to a restaurant and they eat a bunch of food. Vegeta almost has a hissy fit because the octopus that was dead that they were eating basically sprayed black stuff on him. You guys know that and he's not even alive anymore. That shouldn't be happening. Then after that, they go to a dance place, and the guy notices Vegeta's not smiling or dancing with the crowd, so he wants him to go up there and dance. And so Vegeta eventually gets really boiled this time, unlike the previous time when he got the octopus thing, black stuff on him. He's really, amped up, and he powers up. He's all pissed off. And then he just eventually leaves. Throughout the whole thing, he's basically thinking to himself how he can surpass Goku, our savior, our hope of the universe, and try to match him, basically. And he eventually goes into a 150 gravity thing to train. Train while Goku's training. Meanwhile, while this is all happening, Beerus and Whis, we got these guys going. Whis pays a visit to a planet occupied by a bunch of little small people, but there's a dinosaur thing there, and, they throw these axes at him, and he's pissed, so he starts starting a forest fire. And then this big dude, who's, I guess, is stronger than the other ones, he basically takes him out with one hit with the axe on the skull. And so then they start, carrying, the little ones start carrying him off and stuff like that for him. And then Whis basically comes there and just says, you know what, I'm sorry to do this to you, but I have to take this, I have only 3 minutes to take this for Beerus. And he basically is not too kind about this because this is his meal. He actually eventually talks in his language too, but that doesn't work, so he ends up powering up, and this little mini dinosaur muscle guy basically, is about to fight a Whis, but then Beerus is like, it's already been too late, and he's like, no, it's not. It's been only like just after a little 2 more minutes. I have 45 seconds left. And he's like, no, it feels like 2 centuries. And so Beerus is just being Beerus, impatient. Eventually, he fights the guy off, and easily, toys with him. Actually, throws his energy blast back at him, and just defeats him easily. And then, instead of eating the dinosaur, which they wanted to do to begin with, Beerus is like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. And so then he just basically blows up the planet. He puts this little white thing into the planet and that slowly destroys it. And they just basically watch it get destroyed. They also mention, throughout this scene too, Beerus is having like visions of seeing the Super Saiyan God, which he eventually alludes to. He can finally see the Super Saiyan God. And he sees these visions, and Whis even says, "Are you sure?" Because you've had visions about some boy band coming to the solar system, or was it, or some shit like that. He's like, don't you taunt me, Whis. They have some shit like that going on. But also one thing to note, Beerus says 39 years, which is weird because I'm pretty sure the movie said 37 years, not 39 years. So I guess they changed it, because in Battle of Gods they said 37 years, not 39 years. So now it's 39 years that Beerus has been sleeping for, at least now in Super. They decided to change it by 2 years for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they did. So that happens, and then we get something from Elder Kai and Fusion Supreme Kai, basically. They're basically talking, and eventually Elder Kai basically says, "Can't you see it? It's, Beerus the Destroyer has awakened," basically, and because he destroyed the planet. And, that's really the episode, and it was pretty good, really good. We're getting, I would have rather seen actually Beerus awaken, because we actually seen him he was sleeping, and shit like that, and then he gets up. I would have liked to have seen some development of Beerus, like we did in the movie. We seen why he gets up, out of bed or whatever. And with Super, we're kind of like, they already basically are awake, basically. There are also the mentions of stuff that is coming up too very soon, and that is Bulma's birthday, which, for anyone who doesn't remember, Battle of Gods was Bulma's birthday, the movie, so they're kind of setting those events up as well. Just a lot of different things that weren't showed, like I said, like Beerus. We didn't get to see Beerus actually awaken. He was already awoken when Super started, rather like with the movie where you do see it happen. So there's that. There's the plot hole in a plot hole, and this has been a plot hole since the Cell Saga. I mean, there's no stranger about it, but because King Kai should have been revived when Cell killed him, when they wished all of Cell's victims that were killed back to life. Goku wasn't brought back because Goku had been already wished back. That's why the dragon couldn't bring him back. But so there's a plot hole in a plot hole, but King Kai's planet shouldn't have been brought back, because King Kai's planet King Kai's planet was never stated to have come back. So there's a big plot hole there. It's like, how is that planet alive? How are they still dead? Which, again, that's been a plot hole since Dragon Ball Z. But still, one needs to wonder is why is his planet intact again? Why has his planet been resurrected? But King Kai and his pets are not, they're still dead, even though they shouldn't technically be dead. So there's interesting plot holes. Like I said, I wish they would have just mentioned that planet Earth, or not planet Earth. I wish they would have mentioned that someone got the Dragon Balls and wished King Kai's planet back to life, because that at least would have stated why it's back to life. Because it's the only way it could have come back is through the Dragon Balls. but I would like to actually them have said that, that the planet was brought back to life by someone, that gathered the Dragon Balls to wish it back. I wish they would have done that, so we wouldn't have these answered plot hole questions. But it was a solid episode. A lot of good things going into it. Like I said, we're getting ready for the Battle of Gods event. Like I said, a couple of changes have already been noticed through the movie events. Since Beerus is already awakened, we never actually see him awake from his slumber like we do in the movie. But, they tell us that. And instead of 37 years, it's 39 years now for some reason. Why they decided to change it to 2 years, I have no idea. That's about it, guys. That's basically my review. What do you guys think of Episode 2 of Dragon Ball Super's English dub? Like I said from the previous week, I'm kind of upset about them not having the old music back. Obviously they're not going to, because they had the big fallout with Falconer, but I would have liked to have seen them do some type of background music. Voicing is pretty good. I know I said Kid Trunks' voice was decent, but after rewatching the 11:30 broadcast later on Toonami, I actually think I kind of overreacted a little bit, based on being used to Bailey being the voice, because the new Kid Trunks voice is pretty close to Bailey Trunks, but everyone else did very good. Like I said, obviously, and also someone also did tell me that the 8 o'clock broadcast does shorten the theme song, so there's that too. I don't like how they shorten theme songs, but I really wish they still would English translate it for people to understand it, because it's in Japanese and it should be in English. If you're going to at least do the same theme song, at least translate it word for word in English, because it's an English dub version, so it should be there. You got McLeod as 18 back. She's a great singer, obviously. That's why she doesn't do voicing anymore, except for the ones that she already does, like Android 18. She could have done it. I mean, I'm sure they could have got a male to do it, but to me, it really doesn't matter if a female or a male does it. As long as it's a good singer, that's really all that matters to me. So that really doesn't matter to me. But I feel like, get McLeod to sing it. She would have probably sang it, word for word, translated the way it is. So those are my only things I have to say about, those type of stuff. Again, the next time on Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super segment's not there, which we'll get that in the Blu-ray DVDs, but not on TV because of Toonami. Doesn't like that anymore for some reason. They do that for all their animes though, so yeah. But that's about it. If you like this video or my other reviews, please subscribe, comment, rate. And also I do have a Patreon, so if you like my content or support my content, you can donate to supports the channel. And that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this week of Dragon Ball Super, and hopefully next week episode 3 will be just as good. So that's about it, guys. I am Team Gohan Fighter, and I'm out of here. Peace.